Hello, this is Lee with 82 Gaming 12, and we are on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. And this is going to be video 6 of Sedgwick Attacks. Salem Church May the 3rd, 1863, which is part of the Chancellorsville campaign. This battle is taking place the day after Stonewall Jackson was shot. He's not dead yet, but of course he'll later, I think he gets pneumonia, but and that could have happened, I guess, the morning of. I have to go back and look to see exactly when it was that he was shot. It was at night. So we have a scenario in which Sedgwick is ordered to come to Chancellorsville to relieve some pressure that Hooker's feeling from the vice that Lee's placed on his army. Well, Sedgwick has to go and retake Maury Heights near just west of Fredericksburg, and then move on up the Plank Road. And he encounters Wilcox and his Alabamians, and they slow his movement down. And while that's going on, you've got McLaws that has been sent by Lee to come down this road and stop Sedgwick from getting to Chancellorsville. And so we have this skirmish or small battle that takes place around the Salem Church. Now we're at the 520 turn, and that's when all these artillery units are going to be coming in. There's 6 of them, and they're going to be coming in way down there where that block is. So if I place them down here, that's where they're coming in. And of course they have to take their time as they come along. So that's what time we're in. Now I do have to fix something. I've got these 2 chits, random chits, that I need to rectify, because I was looking at the cup after I had finished filming, and there were 2 chits, Union chits, still in the cup. They were standing up along the side, and so when I was reaching in there with my fingers, I guess I just didn't, really look hard enough. So the double time's not gonna play, okay, because they don't have any units to double team with. All their units had already been activated. But the rally, I'm going to allow them to use that, because they would have been able to use it at the end, even at the end of the turn. So that that chit, you might have to play it when you get it. Yeah, play now. So of course they can remove all the shaken and disrupted markers from each unit in any single hex. Location of the enemy doesn't matter. Or conduct a rebuild attempt to infantry or cavalry. Increases the CR of the unit or units by 2.
Well, I guess it's only one unit. The unit must be at least 2 hexes from enemy units.
They may also use the chit to rebuild a unit in the available box. So that's what they're going to do. And I decided that I'm going to do it with brown. Now, I did look up the pronunciation on some of these names. So I'll identify that as we go. So this is brown and not brownie. So we've actually got two browns. So, you know, I want to give them their due, not call them brownie, just call them brown. The orange brown, the green brown, Newton's brown or Brooks's brown, different ways to identify it. But here we go. So we're going to try to rally this unit here. So they get a +2, so it's going to have to be a 5 or less. And roll the 2, so they get to come back into play. So I pull them out of here, and I find the brown units on the map, and I just put them right here with them. Now this unit is not going to be able to rebuild back to its full strength. It's going to have to stay battle worn. And what I'll do is, in order to remember, I'm going to put these I don't remember what that's called, but the brush or the felled trees there, okay, underneath, so I remember. Okay, so now we have to do the key chits and the random chits. Like I said, I already put the leaders in the cup, and so let me gather these back. I'm going to put the wild chits in. And the Confederates get one of each. They get a key chit that they get to pick, and then they get one that's chosen random. And of course the Union get 2 of each. So the Union really has the advantage with the chits. All right, now there's no need right now for the Confederates to, well, they do have a unit that could be rallied. So I guess I'll put the rally in. So the Confederates are going to choose the rally, and then the rest of these are going to be jumbled up. And then I'll pick one, drop it in there, and the rest of these I won't look at. And then for the Confederates, the Union, they need to rally. They got units that need to rally, so they're going to pick that. And they like this brigade reserve movement. So those two, and then we're going to shuffle these others up. And then randomly pick 2. That's 1, 2. And here we go. Now, we do need to advance. I don't think I have not advanced those units on the broken track. Okay, so when we start a new turn, we shouldn't have anybody here. They should be advanced. So you know you haven't advanced if you're starting a turn and you've got units in the broken box 3. Okay, so here we go. 520. We start with artillery, and the Union get to move or fire or pass. If they have some units that they don't want to move, then they can pass on those. I'm going to turn this off. This is useless. So, and we take a look here, and so let me look here. Yeah, this thing is getting in the way there. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to lighten up the screen And there, I think that helps. All right, and I still have like, this is still, let's see, I guess I just turned it off. I really don't have, I'm trying to think, well, what else can I do? I can't move that. You know, this doesn't really help, especially over there. It does help a little bit there. Okay. So maybe I just move this close to wherever we got units. Like, okay, if I move it right here, then it, you know, it provides a little bit of light. Probably could use some new batteries. Be really bright. I've got something else down here, but I don't think it's got any. Yeah, it actually has to have new batteries, so that won't work. This here's not really working. So this bulb that I've got right above here doesn't. There we go. Yeah, we've got well, now we've got some light, so maybe that'll work. That other lamp is set up for the ILAO 1807, and I really can't move it because I'm kind of in between. So, all right, so we've got Russell there. I don't want to knock him off. So we have these Wolford has one of his regiments right there, the 24th Georgia, in those trees, and this unit is on the same level as that unit, so could possibly fire on that unit. Let's see what we've got here concerning that. I think if he's in woods, it's a 2-column shift. But you still got a pretty good chance of doing something. So, all right, so I want to fire with that unit. So I've got a strength of 6, and the unit is smoothbore. We can see that with that. We can see right there it's smoothbore, which is going to affect the range. Okay, smoothbore. Canister is 2 hexes. Ooh. So that's within canister range. So he's actually going to be at a strength of 9 to start with. Okay. So that's different. And if we take a look, target is in woods, that's -2, so now we go from 9 down to 5. And 50% SPs are smoothbore, so that goes back up to 6-7. Okay, so that's where we're at, 6-7. And so we roll, and we got a 53. Okay. So we look here on our table here, and I'd have to pull back. Okay. So we're at 6-7. Okay. That unit has a 4 cohesion, but he's in the woods, and if a unit is in the woods, they get no support. So he's actually got a 3. So with a 53, okay, we look here, okay, and we find 53 over here, which is right there. We come across till we get to 6, 7. And with a 3, he's going to be right there, 2-5, between that 2 and 5. So he's going to be in the green. Okay. So now we roll. 26 is what we get. Okay. So then we look here at our table. All right. And we're in the green. A 2 is no depletion, but a 6 is going to be a morale hit and retreat 2. So that's a good result for that artillery. So this unit is going to be shaken, and they get a retreat 2. So it goes 1, 2 back to there. And he can stack with that one because you can stack up to 12. And so that's 6 and 6 is 12. All right, so now we have the Confederates, and I mark this unit as fired. And so this is going to go back and forth. We'll put that right there. So we're going to turn and go up here to where, of course, that block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these. I'm going to keep. Well, I guess I can put them off here to the side. So okay, so we can have. Let's see. We can have these. Okay, these artillery units. They don't count. Like the infantry and cavalry. So, okay. So we can actually have 16 strength points stacking at 12. So, let's see what we got here. I've got 16. All right, so that means I can stack 4. But let's just we're just going to stack 3 and 3. So we're going to stack Madison, Ashland, and Bedford. And so, and each on the road, each hex is just half. So maybe they're going to get up there a little faster than I thought. So, okay. So here is, that's half, and then that would be 1. So I can actually go, so that's 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. So I don't have any plexiglass on this. I wish I did. I put up some books on top to smooth it out, but I guess I needed to put a little bit more, some more books there. Okay. And then the other ones, they won't come in yet. So, and you're allowed, if they're stacked, you're allowed to move them together. And so units are moved one at a time or one stack at a time. All Alright, so now we come back over here to the Union. Okay. And so we can't fire I'm thinking that the artillery they've actually got to they can't go through the woods. Yeah, they've got to actually go on a road. Same thing with the cavalry, which I don't think they've got any. So they're kind of not really much use, except for maybe firing. They could fire up here at this higher level, like where the church is here. That's at a higher level. Where these units are at, that's at a higher level. But firing against these other guys is not going to be effective. So we probably need to try to get that artillery in here, like right in here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with that one. And so that one's moved or fired. Okay. And then down here, what we do is I'm just moving these guys in as a stack, and they're just going to be, of course, they're going to be 1 hex behind these. And it's that simple. I don't need that in there anymore. So maybe they'll be able to get there a little sooner than I thought, but I don't think so. I'm not going to put any marker on them. Okay, now we have this one here. And again, I want to stack these, so we're going to go 1. If you could, these go on the road there. That would be like 1.5. I mean, yeah, a half, 1, 1.5, and then just stack right there. So those two stacking together take up, let's see, 9 stacking points. So a unit would have to have 3, have a strength of 3 to stack with them. But if they're stacked, then they can fire together, see. So, all right, there we go. All right, so that's all the artillery. So now we're ready to go right into the regular activation phase. So I need to remember I got this Wilcox unit back here. So, all right. I could try to get this out of the way a little bit. And over here on the broken track, we have this Russell unit. So they might be looking to rally, regroup, so they can rebuild. Okay, let's draw our first activation. And it's Wilcox. Wilcox, the brigade general. So looking to activate his brigade. And he's actually got 2 regiments over here that are looking to get back in after one more after this turn. Okay, so all right, now he's got a 5, so that means we've got to roll a 5 or less to activate. Oh, look at that, we rolled a 6. So all they can do is perform a limited activation, which is fire, and with them at a higher elevation, there's 10 of them there. They're rifled, so they can actually fire at 3 hex range. So we could go 1, 2, 3 at this unit, but I think with this unit right here behind these trees, he's not going to be in the line of sight. But this one here is. These artillery units are in the line of sight. So I'm back to remembering that we can actually do fire first. All right, so that's a range of 3 for rifled. I think is going to be quartered. Yeah, 25%. So that's going to be 0.5 for the top. The bottom one is going to be 2.5. So a total is going to end up being 3. So strength of 3. And that's it, so strength of 3. And we rolled a 62, which is pretty good. Talking about a strength of 3, and we rolled a 62. So if we look at that, and they have a CR of 4, and they are supported by that unit right there. So what I say, 62. So that's going to be in the green. We rolled a 12. That's no result. So, all right. So this one is over. He's activated. Next, we got confident. We've had that before. I don't know if I've used it. Okay, confident. You hold this chit in play after any close combat resolved in your unit achieved any Confederate retreat result, or send a Confederate unit to the broken track. All right, so we got to save this. All right, so we save that. Draw another chit. And it's rally. And they've got to use this immediately. And we want to try to rally the Russell unit over here that's on the broke track. So we're looking to roll to get a +2. So we got to have a 4 or less. Oh, we got a 6. Oh, that was wasted. Okay, next chit. Okay, we've got McLaws. We've got to roll a 3 or less with him. Got a 3. So, who does he want to activate? And what does he want to do? Okay, so if I'm looking down here at Kershaw, he's got his division split up. He's got Wilcox over here in the middle. Probably should have set up with Wilcox at one end or the other, but Okay, so here, I'm just looking at different options. So we could fire here. He's at a higher level. This is 6, and this is actually 5, so he can fire over those trees. This guy, who's in this open right here, can't fire because these trees on the same level as he is. So, but I could move out to engage. Okay, here, this unit could come out to attack these artillery units, and he'd be in those trees, so he would have protection, and I could then move these guys up in here to provide, well, they can't give him support because he's in the trees, but I could take advantage of some of these units being split up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an attack with Kershaw. So let's put McLaws back in the cup, and we'll turn Kershaw over as activated, and with attack orders, infantry can move 4. So, and they can engage, they can fire, they can do close combat, but they cannot recover or rebuild. So before we do anything, we want to fire. So this is the first fire. Right here. So we've got a strength of of 8. So he wasn't there, he was right there, but there you can still see him. Okay, so he's got a strength of 8. Okay, the defender, okay, is in woods. The target's in woods, so that reduces him down to, so he goes down to 5. He's got rifled, so oh, that, okay, yeah. Okay, so that's where we're gonna be. We're gonna have to roll pretty high. Okay, we're gonna have a strength of 5. All right, we got a 61. Okay, so they have, let's see here, which one is actually, okay, so we've got, I think you use whoever's on top. I think that's what you have to do. You have to use whichever unit is on top. Let's see here. Okay, so it's going to be the one with the largest branded SP value in the hex. Okay, not the one that has the higher CR. Okay, but we do have a higher SP, which would be this one. So this one is the lead unit. So, okay, I rolled and they have a 4, but because they're in the woods, they're not supported. So that goes down to a 3, and I don't think even having another unit stacked with you is going to give you support. Let's look here go over here to where it talks about the woods. Okay. Okay, it says woods, let's see, prevents units in woods from supporting other units. affects movement, shifts, okay. Woods have no effect on close combat or retreat. So, I don't think even if you stack that, you get support. Let me look here at the main rules. I guess not even having the units stacked together can provide support. Okay, so that means that unit CR is a 3, and we roll a 61, and we're at the 5 level. Okay, so here 61 is here with the blue or gray. Okay, so if we come down, and it's going to be right here, and 3 is still going to be in the green. Okay. So let's roll that. Okay, we rolled a 43, and we got nothing on depletion, but a skedaddle result of a 3 is a 1 retreat. So 4, nothing, but 3 is retreat 1, and that's going to be the lead unit, not both units, but the lead unit. So this unit has to retreat 1, which now weakens this unit. Okay, so I think that's going to be the only one, because this guy can't fire through this. These trees are only at the same level. So no one else, let's see. Well, possibly here, but we can't fire right here. Okay, so we can fire from here. He's on a higher level. He's on 7, and this guy is on 6. So he's got a line of sight right there. So let's do this one against this unit. So all right, so we have a strength of 8. And the range is 1, 2, 3, so it's going to be quartered. So the strength is only going to be 2, but of course he's not going to have any modifiers because he's out in the open. So, okay, a 55. Okay, and he is not supported. These artillery units can't give support. Okay, so he's going to have a 2 for his CR. We rolled a 55, so that's going to be a routine, okay? And a 35, nothing on depletion, but a 5 is going to cause him to retreat 2. So this unit's retreating 1, 2. He goes back to there. Okay, and let's see here. No, he's in a low area. Okay, so that's all of the firing, offensive fire. Now we go to movement, and whatever that may bring us. Okay, so we have a movement of 4. Okay, when we attack, infantry can move 4. They have 4 movement points. Okay, and woods cost infantry 2 movement points. So moving through this thick woods, okay, even though it was not as thick as at around Chancellorsville. All right, so we want to stay. I think we want to stay in the woods. So we're going to go 1, 2, and there's no slope here. Okay, the slope. If I was to move this, it'd show you. Okay, this here is an example of a slope. Okay, moving up slope this way, down slope this way, and for a slope, it only costs to go up, extra to go up the slope, not down it. Now a steep slope, let's see if I can find some steep slope. There is some right here at the edge, but I've got some, there's some over here, right here. This is, it's in black, okay, and you can, there's actually going to be multiple elevation changes, okay. It's kind of hard to see there, but there's a line here and then another line. So there's actually 2 elevation changes, okay. You're going from 3 up to 5 here, okay. So see 3, and then this is 5. So that's why it's steep slope, and it's going to be. I look at that like eyelashes, or like a cartoon mustache maybe. But you can see the difference. See, there's 4 and 5 here, just one elevation change, but it's steep because of the brown eyelash, okay. And this is the black eyelash. There's a change of 2 elevations or more, so that's 3 and 5. So that's going to cost more whether you go up or down, okay. Up for infantry costs 2, going down a steep slope costs 1. So if it doesn't have the eyelash symbol, then it's not going to cost anything extra moving up or down an elevation change. So trying to make sure I get everybody in here. Okay, I can actually scoot up now. I want to be here. Okay, so moving from 7 down to 6 here doesn't cost anything extra because there's no black eyelash there. Okay, so moving into the woods, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, right there, and we want to focus on this guy, not really this guy, and I don't think I can't get there with this guy in the back, but I can with these 2. So this guy here is going to go 1, 2 right there. This guy's going to go 1, 2 right here, and then
the kids have it ready.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to come?
Huh?
Are you going to be?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, I want to get him in this open area right here. Maybe he can fire on somebody. So he moves to there. Okay, these 2 guys. Let's see. I want to move one of them into the Salem Church. The other one's going to go 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2. I want to keep those guys together. So, like so. Don't know if that's a good thing to do there or not. But okay, so I've got a couple of combats here. I'm going to have the 2nd South Carolinians against this artillery units, and then down here I'm going to have the 3rd South Carolina and the 7th attacking here. So let's go with the green and the red. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to move up or pull out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So here we've got 8 and we've got 12 there. Okay. But before we do anything, we've got 12 defensive fire. So that's 12. And they're firing target into woods. But it's also going to be canister. So that's going to be like 18. Because it's half times half. It's 1.5 is what total is. So 12, half of that's 6, so we're looking at 18. Okay. So shift 2 for the woods to the left. Now we're at 12, 13. And these are both rifled. So I think that's the only other thing we're going to have. Okay. So we're going to be at 12, 13. Ooh, we've only got a 16. And CR is going to be -1, so it'd be 4. So 16, 12, 13, that's a miss. Okay. Alright, and we come down here, and with the orange, he's got to pick who he's going to fire at. And so he's going to fire here with that one. So strength of 4, firing into the woods, so it ends up being just a strength of 2. And his CR is a 3. 13's not going to cut it. Alright, so now we go into the actual close combat. So we go up here to the top, and we've got 8, okay, against 12. So that's 2 to 3. So that's going to be, we go from 8, 9 to 6, 7. The CR is going to be the same. Okay. Offender's not on hire. Let's see. Okay, 50% plus defender SPs are artillery. So now we're going to go up 4. So we go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. And here's the roll. 55, and their CR is 3. 55. And so that's going to be severe. 62. That means they're going to delete all or deplete all. And break test, retreat all 3, and panic 3. Well, there's not anybody around there to panic, but both of them become depleted. Okay. And then the top unit has to do a break test. So his break test, he's going to have a 2. And he rolls a 2, so he's okay. But they have to retreat. Let's see. No, there shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have had a break test. Oh, I rolled. No, I shouldn't. I rolled a 26, not a 62. I rolled a 26, so that depletes only one. That would be the top unit, Parson. And then we have the break test, and then retreat all 3 and panic 3, but we don't have 3 to panic. And he passed the break test. So now treat all 3. 3 hexes. So 1, 2, 3. So those guns go back to there. And then he can advance if he wanted, but he's not going to. All right, so now we're going to go to this other, okay, down here. So what we have is we've got 8 and 8. Okay, so this will be the lead unit. This one will just supply more strength. So we've got 8. Okay, total is 16 against 4. So that's 4 to 1. So we start at 8. So outnumbering 3 to 1 plus. So we go 1, 2, 3, 14, 16. We have a higher CR. So Confederates do 17, 19. There's no smooth bores involved. Okay, nobody's on a higher slope. No flanking attack. All right, so we're just at 17, 19. Okay, we got 61, and he's going to have a CR of only a 1. Because when you're in the woods, you don't get any support. So 61, he's going to be severe. And that's a 31. So he's going to be depleted and retreat 1. So he's got to do a break test first. And with a CR of 1, rolled out of 5. So he's going to the broke track 3. Bartlett unit there. Broke track. And then they could advance, but they don't want to advance. Okay, so I've got to stop there, but I'll come back in the next video and pick up right there. So check out Revolution Games. We do have the artillery for the Confederates moving up. And let me get the... So this is the situation that we've got going on. You can see the artillery there at the top coming in. And it doesn't look good for the Union. They've lost too many units, and it's going to be hard for them to use their artillery. They've only got a few places that they can use their artillery, so they're going to have to really focus on pushing up into right down the Plank Road and not too much on the outer skirts. So the strategy here is maybe for the Union needs to be different. So come on back, see what happens, and things don't look good though. And what would happen eventually is, of course, Sedgwick wasn't able to punch through, and because of what happened up around Chancellorsville, which was them pulling out after Couch took over, then Darius Couch was given command after Hooker was knocked senseless. So they pulled out to move across the Rappahannock and kind of left Sedgwick down here, backed up against the Fredericksburg and the Rappahannock, this other the eastern part of the Rappahannock with Anderson. I think Anderson was marched down, and so Sedgwick wasn't able to punch through. So come on back, see what happens. You can check out more about this game and others at revolutiongames.us. So do that and come on back, see what happens. I appreciate your support. Thanks a lot.